wysoko i rosyjski sędzia Husejnow kończy pierwszą połowę 1-0 dla Panathinaikosu Sokołowskiego. Niewiele to pomogło w tej akcji, spalony był już wcześniej, mimo to i tak... Znamy zatem skład pierwszego półfinału. Teraz pora zająć się drugą częścią drabinki. Może dojść do dogrywki. Wyraźna przewaga Juventusu. 4 strzały w światło bramki gospodarzy. Żadnego ze strony rywali. I 1-0 dla Włochów. Kolejna zmiana. Dobry znajomy z Sampdoria, Tilo Lombardo, wchodzi na boisko.
Nie może być zadowolony z przebiegu spotkania. Jego piłkarze roztrwonili zapas 2 goli. No, w komfortowej sytuacji wychodzą teraz na drugą połowę spotkania piłkarze Spartaka. Przypomnę, 2 i kontra Francuzów z numerem 3.
Nantes in yellow, who were in the Champions League last season, struggling as badly as Ajax are in the Dutch league. And against Lyon, they were a goal down in 16th minute from that delightful free kick by Caveglia. Nantes, in fact, having the worst start to the season than they've had in 20 years. Still to record a single point. They fought back with Gurbanek and Endoram, top scorer last season, making it 1 each. And this is what they've been lacking in the previous games, getting into the box to this big man who can score goals like that in the air and on the ground. But then Deplace coming up with a marvelous shot, a little bit of a ricochet, and that made it 2-1 to Lyon. The ball just going over. The corner by Makaleli, 2 minutes to go, and Endoram again, his second of the game. And Olmeto, absolutely no chance to stop that. 2-2. Sonny Anderson, the high scorer for Monaco as they played Lens, and in red and white Monaco early on in the attack. Bernard Bia with a lovely ball to Ekpiba, and a man who played outstandingly well for Nigeria in the Olympics, coming on as a sub and scoring an excellent goal. I remember in the quarter-final, almost from the same position, and in again for the second one from the cross by Thierry Henry, the French under-21 star. Beautiful little finish there by the Nigerian. 2-0. And then a real mix-up in the defense there. Allowing the ball to come to Legwinski. Not at all spectacular, but effective. And in 28 minutes, Lens had gone 3 behind. And Lens at that stage of the season had been unbeaten. Ball played to Peterson. And Schifo looking up. One of the most intelligent players yet. Getting a little bit, well, not so much ancient, but maybe creaking a little of the joints from time to time, but he can still play with great deftness. Scoring that, and then Smiker, his shot was blocked, and Merlieu coming up. The shot blocked from the ex-Slavia Prague player, and Merlieu made it 4-1. And then the breakaway. Dehu onto Ekpiba. And a known goal by Dehu. Coming right in there. Couldn't get out of the way of it. An ignominious ending. 5-1 to Monaco. While Bordeaux, of course, had lost so many players in this game. And there, lovely finish. That ball put through there as Paris Saint-Germain attacking right through the middle. Deli Valdez picking it up and then sweeping it in 1-0. Just back from the World Cup in Panama. And again looking very dangerous, looking in fact inside for Leonardo. And Leonardo coming up, taking it away. Second goal of the season for the Brazilian. Paris Saint-Germain desperately anxious to win this game away from home against the Montpellier side, which had looked impressive in the opening two games. And there was Fournier at the third attempt, making it 3-0. Strasbourg against Auxerre. And the French champions Auxerre in rather fluctuating form, and there a throw-in by Raschke for Collet to cross to Okpara to open the scoring in 20 minutes. Okpara in action again. Rodriguez putting it through to Okpara. Rodriguez turning out to be a very significant player for Strasbourg, having been signed from Bastia. And so the champions were on the receiving end and looking a little bit fragile. They fought back, but fought back in a moment of controversy. Watch this. Did the ball go over the line? The referee said yes. The shot was from Saïd, the Algerian international. A dubious decision. Olympique Marseille, strongly funded, with stars like Pedro's back in the side. But Jurong has been there before, taking that ball up. 36 years of age, and driving in a glorious goal, the opening one in 25 minutes, 1-0. The corner by Pedros, the man I mentioned, one of the most dangerous players in European football, and Jurong, once again, a volley this time. His second goal, 2-0. And then off the post. And how about that for a volley? The pressure really on. And the ball going all the way through 25 meters. And this, the first hat-trick of Jurong in his career. Le Pen coming back, and a consolation goal scored by Denis from Le Pen's cross. But the night belonged to 36-year-old hat-trick scorer Jurong. Day 6, and 43,000 people inside the Parc des Princes. All looking forward to the game of the season so far. The high-scoring Monaco against Paris Saint-Germain. Algerino on the right wing, and a brilliant effort there by Rai. That would have been the goal of the season. A lot of attacking on the right-hand side, and this game was characterized by many misses from Patrice Loco, who was a top goal scorer, of course, before he came to Paris Saint-Germain for Nantes. Like this, for example. He had the whole pitch to choose from and decided to hit the post, and he cannot believe it. Ricardo, the new coach, he simply took it far too easily. And Denis going forward there, almost caught by the same bug, afflicting Loco at the other end. That should have been put away. A disappointing and negative game. Auxerre at home this time, desperately needing a win to fortify themselves psychologically for the game against Ajax in this very stadium. And Saïd, number 8 here, the man to do it. First of all, he puts the ball to Diomed, then comes inside and watch this finish. Gloriously done. And running in like this, I've noticed before of him, he has great conviction. And now, Lamouchi, Diomed, touch back inside to Laszlo from Tasfaou. And the big striker made it 2-0. Lille against Guingamp. Lille have had an excellent start to the season after just avoiding relegation last season. Banjak for Ray, and slipped in there by a Guingamp player, the man on loan from Monaco, who scored a couple of goals against the team who loaned him 2 weeks ago in deadly form. Now, Bekanovic, the Serb, used to play for Partizan Belgrade, dropped down. Deserved a penalty for that, puts it away. He scored 4 goals and tops the French league for goal scoring at the moment. 1 each, the final score. Bastia in blue are always particularly strong at home. The island of Corsica seems to be their fortress. Svercheski putting it on there to Moravcik. That was a very difficult ball to pick up, but the Slovak, who signed this season from Saint Etienne, finishing in glorious style. As I said, not a terribly easy ball to take. The ball going beyond him, kept his eye on it after that. Laurent on the right wing. Gets past Franceschini and Drobniak. France's leading goal scorer last season. Made it 2-0. The Papa phenomenon continues. Nice in the darker shirts here. Ball played inside, it's very loose. And broken up in midfield. By trying to get away. Vermeulen comes in towards Miku. And with a glorious shot, he wins the game for Bordeaux. The only goal of the game, and Jean-Pierre Papin has initiated a startling reformation in Bordeaux. A noisy support Metz against Nancy, the newly promoted side. And the shot by Pires blocked and touched by Traoré. That turned out to be the only goal of the game. 16 minutes into the second half, another win for Metz. Lommel against Ghent, the surprise team of the Belgian season so far. They hadn't dropped a point before this game, and a throw-in by Dragotinovic and a swift shot by Smits. Ghent had gone 1 up in 28 minutes. But a little bit careless play brought about the equalizer. Van Mol for Fadiga. Waligora just inside and accepted that well. 1 each. Good run forward by Fadiga. And Waligora in the right spot. Still the first half, the free kick. And watch Jabari coming up just away from the goalkeeper. 2-1 to Ghent. And 2 minutes into the second half, loose play inside the box and swept away for Waligora to make it 2-2. So Ghent had been pulled back. An excellent start to the season, but dropping their first point. FC Bruges at the top and very much on attack here against Stade Liège in third place, and Nielsen putting Bruges one up in 15 minutes. Coming in from the outside with the defenders ball watching, and that hit and run puts them in front. And now just before half-time, significant goal there by Frankie van der Elst. 35 years of age and his first goal in 2 years. Another so-called veteran coming up to help out here. The name well known, Stylens. Nielsen whipping it across. And this highly technically sound player, Stylens, coming up to touch it in. FC Bruges going strong, 3-0. Don't be fooled. Benfica are in the white this time against Gil Vicente. And Donizetti putting it across to Portuguese international Helder. 27 minutes gone. It was 1-0. That's his second goal of the season. Always very strong coming into the penalty area. Portugal wishing it had been that strong in Euro 96. Now Jamir into Donizetti, and with the aid of that little touch, 2-0. A definite deflection. The goalkeeper wrong-footed. 73 minutes gone then. 6 minutes later, João Pinto, Donizetti, and Valdo coming on the outside, right on the post. Never any doubt about who was going to win this game. Benfica, let me remind you, will be seen live on Eurosport on Thursday. And Donizetti coming forward to make it 3-0. They'll be playing against the Poles, and you'll be able to see them live in action on Thursday evening. Vitória Setúbal against Vitória Guimarães. Guimarães in the black shorts here with that long shot at goal there by Ricardo Lopes. Candido in goal, no chance with it. Now Nogueira onto Vitor Panira. And Rui Carlos whipping that over for Paulo Ribeiro to come in after having sent out the initial pass, and making it 1-0 after 22 minutes. Defensive error here. Setúbal giving the ball away so easily, and Riva fouled by Candido, although curiously enough the referee Jose Pratas gave no penalty. Now Helia all in his zone, puts it on now. Paulo Ribeiro, and the ball trundles over. 2 goals inside 3 minutes for Vitória Setúbal. And now Helia onto Carlos Manuel, draws the goalkeeper, slips it in, and a minute before half-time he had made it 3-0. And then spectacular stuff as Rui Carlos puts it down, and Kwame Ayew from Ghana, the ex-Lecce player, with a quite superb goal. 4-0. The great Barcelona derby, and all eyes on Ronaldo, the new hero of Catalonia. But it's Espanyol, the visitors, on attack in the blue and white shirts here, and a shot there by Larden with Vitor Bayer creeping down to it. And then into the second half, Figo tries to push it through, and the ball whipped away. Giovanni, the man who was quite outstanding in the Super Cup, playing strongly, and there Ronaldo goes through as the ball is pushed to the outside, fouled by Pochettino. The counter by Espanyol, Larden to Wadek, on to Larden, and in it goes against the run of play in 69 minutes. Espanyol, the visitors, stunning this huge crowd over 100,000 by trundling that over the line. Now, the expected fight back. Crossed by Stoichkov and Giovanni with great deliberation, the Brazilian, whose strong surging runs from midfield was part of the excitement of watching the Super Cup, showing he can also finish as deftly as Romario. One each, 6 minutes to go. De La Peña comes up and onto Stoichkov. But Tony right in the way. The pressure really on. De La Peña with a corner. Popescu off the crossbar. Pochettino is down. And Kudu coming up, couldn't put it away either. And at that stage, Barcelona must have thought it wasn't going to be their night. But all credit to them, they stuck to the task. De La Peña, Ronaldo, the shot, and in comes Pizzi. The man who scored 31 goals last season, scoring his first goal this season at the most vital time. Well, the pitch at the Nou Camp was looking like the pitch at Passchendaele there. But he managed to get it up, slip it through, and Pizzi took advantage. A home win, but only just. Valencia and the White lost last week at Santander. And Fernando going in here, taking up the ball as it comes to him, chesting it down neatly, but no direction or any strength in the shot. Real Sociedad, the cross by Fuentes, and suddenly Kovacevic coming up against the run of the play, right through the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to the visitors. And then the pressure really on Real Sociedad. Romario goes forward. Tries to flick it away in the scrum there, and the appeals. The rebound from Moya. And Romario simply not happy. The decision not going his way. Into the second half, Romario. Always a danger to defenses when he turns round like that. Saved by Alberto. And now they were plying him with the ball. And just off it. Having come back from Flamengo back into Spanish football and perhaps taking just a little while to readjust. 1-0 to the visitors. Compostela in white. Owen linking up there with Pire. Owen goes through on the left. And the referee, Loch Andrew, doesn't give a penalty, but in fact gives the yellow card to Owen. Well, there was contact there, and it didn't seem to me there was any histrionics about Owen, but he gets the yellow card. And then Fabiana on his own after having been put through by Nacho. 27 minutes gone, 1-0. It was Salathabal who kept Nacho onside. And perhaps Molina in goal should have done better. Kiri now on to Owen. And Molina, a little bit of an improvement as he dives at the feet. A lot of ricocheting there. Pantic, the Kiko header. And S. Snyder for the rebound. The Argentinian as again he had shown in the Super Cup, is very sharp, even in a crowded area. One each, right on half-time. And then Bezbel, I think, without real malice, but crude mistiming, fouling Penev, and gets the red card. Was it harsh justice? I'm sure you've seen worse. Balogun way down towards Piri. Owen cutting inside him ominously. And there he was to pop up and make it 2-1. Taking up excellent position, but the defenders ball watching. Now Manuel. Diadema coming up. The defenders should have got there, and the goalkeeper makes a hash of what seemed a direct shot. And the Compostela coach doesn't mind Fernando Vazquez looking delighted. 3-1 to Compostela. Logroño is being welcomed, the new team in the first division. In Logroño, that wonderful little town where they make that marvelous stuff called Rioja wine. And there against Tenerife, who won 6-0 over Compostela last week. And Chano to Codra, to Felipe, and in 12 minutes, the only goal of the game. 1-0 to Tenerife. Gijon, the red and white against Santander. And the ball played away down the right-hand side. There's plenty space here. Alberto looking inside, finding Alvaro. And 8 minutes from half-time, Santander 1 up. Completely beating Ablanido and Nikiforov, number 3. Great Russian defender. Corner by Gijon. Eloy trying to sweep that round. And Alberto right in the way. The chase. Ceballos puts it to Ulyanov, the Russian. And coming so close to adding to the tally. Zaragoza in yellow and black. Camacho, the ex-Espanyol coach, new coach of Sevilla. Almeida had been brought from River Plate. And Morientes putting it through to Gustavo Lopez. And even though that was an extremely difficult angle, firing it in with absolute certainty. The Argentinian picking it up here on the left-hand side, 3 minutes from halftime. And he was no mood to mess about. And there, creeping down there, shot there by Lopez. Free kick saved by Monchi there, and now Gustavo Lopez. The ball put through there to Morientes, and 3 minutes into the second half, it was 2-0 Zaragoza. A very bad mistake by the central defender. And then a yellow card for Camacho, the coach. Mouthing a great deal and coming to the edge of the pitch. Too close for comfort. Certainly the referees. Now Almeida. Mora is in there to touch it in from excellent play by Almeida. The man, as I said, they had bought from River Plate. The winner of the Copa Libertadores. A worthwhile buy, but not enough. They lose Seville by 2-1. Deportivo in the blue and white. And there, the opening goal, the derby of Galicia, with only one Galician player in sight, Fran, and the corner by Martins, Corentin Martins, ex-Jose player, for Taraga to score an own goal. The second time in successive years he's done that. And then as that ball is played by Merino to Sanchez, touched high in the air, and Sanchez makes it 1-0 with 5 minutes to go. Atletico Bilbao against Rayo Vallecano on the white, and a wide open defense as Enrique Castillo puts it on to Guilherme, and he holds his nerve to score the opening goal in 39 minutes for Vallecano. No offside. Judged his run forward to perfection and drags it away from the keeper. Very unfortunate keeper, just got a hand to it. And Luis Fernandez, the new coach from Paris Saint-Germain, of course, from last season, looking a little bit perturbed. And there, a yellow card, the second yellow for Urrutia, and off he had to go. Into the second half, Guerrero, wonderful ball into Carlos Garcia. One each after 51 minutes. Guerrero, of course, is quite immaculate, sending balls forward from midfield. One of his strong spots. Ziganda. Echeverria. Ziganda picks it up again. And with the outside of the foot, with great nonchalance, puts it away to make it 2-1. Atletico Bilbao fighting back. And then the corner, the shot in there by Meli Lizarazu, saved by Di Canto, and then out to Ameli. And Ameli makes it 2-2. 72 minutes gone. Beautiful little goal. Two-all and a wonderful finish to this game as Jose Maria puts it to Goycochea, to Gazanda. And right across there from Guerrero to Jose Marie, who finishes the move. And that was a winning goal, as Atletico Bilbao flooded down in the goal to gain victory. $90,000 people turned up in this magnificent stadium, the Bernabeu, to watch Fabio Capello taking on Hercules, a new side newly promoted, and hoping that his newly acquired stars would do something for him. And the early pressure on there. Shot by Seedorf. Well saved by the ex-Bordeaux keeper Ua. And as the rains began to fall down, a lovely little touch there. Mijatovic finishing off the cross by Roberto Carlos. And how the rain fell. Not falling mainly in the Spain, but in the Bernabeu. A hand was apparently used there. Suka surely fouled by Ua, but no penalty given. And then Victor, simple little ball, and a simple but effective header by Raul. 2-0 after 28 minutes. But would this game be finished, as the weather got even worse? And with the coaches thinking that perhaps water wings might be advisable, and the referee contemplating calling the game off as the pitch got steadily worse. And analogies with the Ark and Noah being used. The play did go on. It eased slightly. And the corner and a shot there as Ilna came out. Shot by Pavlicic. And then Raul to Mijatovic. Raul and Ferreras coming in. Sending the ball over the line. That was 3-0 with 20 minutes of the game to go. Well, they were almost doing swimming actions into the penalty area by this stage. And the ball just held away from Suka. The final score, 3-0.